Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the Stellar Crew. My name is Dakota. And if you've seen the previous episode, which was the, I believe, Merry Christmas video, you'll notice I'm wearing the same clothes. That's because I'm recording this like maybe 20 minutes afterwards. I'm trying to record these ahead of time because I don't know if I have the time to record at all this week. So today we are going to go through the 2024 recap here on the Stellar Dakota channel. Not just the channel, but I guess also me in general. So I tried to make a rough list, so if I'm looking this way, I do apologize. Actually, I'll move it right here. So it was a very, very busy year. Incredibly busy year. Both good and bad. So this is not in the proper order at all, just so you know. I'm just recalling, I don't remember too much of this year. It's been a freaking roller coaster, but I just put down a bunch of different notes. So my Mustang broke down. And then this is like start of the year, roughly 2024. The Mustang broke down, and I ended up getting the Police Explorer, which some of you knew I had that, some of you didn't. So congrats, this is your first time hearing it. And not long after, because we knew that my dad had been sick, not long after I got the Explorer, he was officially diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which plays a very big part in this year, like incredibly big. He ended up passing away a couple months ago, up in Buffalo, New York. So, long story short, I spent quite a bit of time with him. Actually, I think the most time I've spent with him ever, it felt like. Anyways, so took him to appointments, stuff like that, in between work, and I officially got my FMLA stuff figured out with the place I was working with, so I can have medical leave to take him and do what I needed to do, because I had been working first shift, roughly, at the start of the year, and then they ended up shutting that area down, and then I switched to third shift about a month before he passed, I believe. So long story short, I ended up leaving the explosive plant and taking care of everything that needed to be taken care of for the funeral, because I had to go out of state a lot. We went to New York, Virginia. I mean, there's just so much we had to do, and work wouldn't have given me enough time that I needed to do it. So I had to do what I needed to do, you know? Now, throughout the whole year of his cancer going downhill, we were documenting all of it. He had a YouTube channel. He still does. It's Stellar Dad. You can easily go search it and find it. It has all of his cancer updates and stuff. He wanted to try and, I guess, help people that were going through similar. So that's what we did. You know, we documented it. And then one day, we got together, me and him, and we sat down and professionally filmed an interview, which ended up being like 3 hours long, of just his life story, questions, pretty much his story. And essentially that, with the cancer updates, all became a documentary that is now on Amazon. So we filmed and distributed an entire feature film, our first feature film this year as well, which that's a very big accomplishment. I just wish it would have been something different. So I'm still very desperate financially. We're in a rough place, but I started doing car photography for some dealerships an hour away, and then they didn't renew a contract with the company that I was going through, so now I'm not doing that for now until they renew it, which is very possible. So during all of this fun stuff, I started working very, very part-time, like 2 days out of the week, pretty much, barely, with a local news company, making practically under minimum wage after tax. So gas money, essentially. So I'm hoping that changes, but better than nothing. Still looking for a better job, though. Now, this year specifically, we hit roughly 250,000 views here on the channel, which is pretty awesome, right? That's a big number. But also, last year, we hit almost 500,000 views, right? 500,000. It's been very up and down this year, as you can tell. I didn't really put out as much content I did this year as I did the year before, which that's okay. You know, it happens. Life's important. Which this falls into my New Year's resolution that I'm going to be getting to here in a second. So I apologize if I keep looking away. It's because I'm reading a bunch of notes that I have taken. So another big thing that happened this year is we hit 1 million views total on the channel. Our first 1 million long form views. I'm going to say long form because very different than short form content. I'm very proud of that. We've worked hard for that. And I also kind of started to try and focus more on my health, because I've been to the dentist a couple times this year, and I actually, you can see, had to have a tooth pulled. I'm on the verge of getting that one right there, getting that one pulled too. They told me that one will end up like this one anyways, no matter what at this point. So I said, great, but I'm doing everything they recommend. You can actually kind of tell a lot more white than what it used to be. I've been trying to really crack down on that. And I'm going to try and crack down even more on that this coming year. Now, I have a note here that says heist paying. That meant I apparently typed heist. I meant highest. So another interesting thing, right? Even though we got less views, less videos this year on YouTube, this is also the highest paying year for me on YouTube, which I'm very grateful. You know, that wouldn't have happened without any of you guys. I keep kicking the desk. I'm very sorry. I'm like uncomfortable trying to sit, but that's another thing. I've also cleaned up this office a lot. You can see a trash bag right there, but I'm still cleaning it, still getting everything organized, and hopefully this coming year it's fully open. That's the goal. So it's been a very, very hectic year, very busy year. I mean, there's been so much that's happened. Another thing too that's happened for the first time in a few years of me being a part of Mint Mobile is, you know, I got a Ryan Reynolds card. Big accomplishment right there. I figured I'd add that in the year recap because I'm running out of stuff to talk about. To be honest with you, this year flew by incredibly fast. And I think it's mainly because of just how emotional of a year it's been. I mean, admittedly, like, I haven't had the time to mentally process this year, let alone be me, I guess, in a way. I'm trying not to be shut away, if that makes sense. I'm trying not to be like a mean, irritable person, which admittedly, from all the stress this year, I've been incredibly irritable. I'm not trying to be, it's just there, and I'm trying not to be like that. Like the littlest things, I'm just irritated, and I'm just trying to catch myself before I'm an asshole, pretty much. So other than that, I think we're gonna dive into the New Year's resolution, which honestly, this video is long enough. I probably could have split it into a separate video, but you know what? We're not doing that. We're going to make it one extra long episode for those of you that like to hear me talk. Yes, my hair is an absolute mess. It's pulled up. Pretty much just got out of bed not long ago. But yeah, we got the documentary out. It is on Amazon, by the way. You could honestly just search my name, Dakota Dunn, or Dakota J. Dunn. I don't know if you search Stellar Dakota if it pops up or not, but you can do it on your TVs now too, which is crazy. And it has its own Rotten Tomatoes, like, registration. I don't know how to describe that, but, like, that's crazy. Also, it's weird that it's, like, kind of out of focus right here. But if I move, like, I don't know, it's the same distance as my face, but, like, it's because of the lens I'm using. Anyways, New Year's resolution. I don't even have that much wrote down for this, but here's what I want to see happen. I want to focus even more on personal health, especially mental health for me, which I'm sure everybody does. I really want to get back in a good paying position. I want to be back in a financially stable position because if we're being honest, bills are behind, everything's behind, and I'm trying my best to keep it not behind, but God, it is so hard. It's ridiculously hard. I need to find something that pays me at least 20 to 22 an hour for me to get out of this freaking hole. So there's that. I want to, here's the big one. Ready for this? I want to make 5 movies. 5 this year. Not film 5, no. Not edit 5, no. All of the above and publish 5. I want them all released. I want the full process done, right? Now, some people are going to be like, that's damn near impossible. How? What? Well, we did 1 this year, right? We're already on path to making 2 in January, if all goes well. I mean, we've got 1 in the books, planning for Brian, which if some of you know Brian, some of you don't know Brian, you'll see Brian very soon. Great actor, great friend. But that'll be like a 90-minute PTSD horror, almost psychological horror film is what that'll be, right? And I want to film that one soon. Like, I want to film at the start of January if we can, before it gets too cold, or, you know, it has to be decent weather, which recently it hasn't really snowed. It hasn't been that cold, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then the other one in the plans already is Unlikely. Now, if any of you have ever played That's Not My Neighbor, Trayton has been talking to the developer, and we are making a movie based off of his other game, Unlikely. Now, hopefully, getting those 2 features right out the door at the start of 2025, which it won't actually be out at the start, because it takes 4 months once we send it to the distribution company to actually go live. So, like, once we get everything pushed out, then hopefully that's enough for me to send out some information for, you know, like Lionsgate or Sony or whatever. It'd be like, hey, could we have funds to make more? And then that becomes a full-time job of us making movies, right? I mean, who can produce a feature film 5 times a year? If we can do that, we're making a statement. That's my point. But that's the goal. 5 movies brought to you by me and the team. And I also want to try and hit 6,000 subscribers, which some of you are going to be like, well, that's easy. See the numbers now on the screen on the bottom right? That's a subscriber count as it is. I honestly think that 6,000 is very doable. We're only 400 and 20 something away. I don't know. Math isn't mathing right now. But that's where we're at. I don't really have that many goals for this year. I want to get 5 feature films made. I want to hit 6,000 subscribers here on the channel with you guys. I want to get my finances back in shape and order, get everything caught up, maybe even get a couple loans paid off if that's even possible. I would also absolutely love to get a consistent video schedule going, maybe like 3 times a week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? If I can get those done, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, for the whole year, that's hard to do, but if I can do that, I would love that. But I don't mean like just throw together videos. I want like actual quality videos. Like this one right here is not what I mean. This is just a talking video. I mean like high quality gaming videos, right? Or maybe even behind the scenes vlogs for some of the movie stuff. Now that's all I have for my notes. So I hope that I didn't ramble too much. I hope that somebody found this interesting. This has been a very taxing year mentally, obviously. I'm not looking forward to going through the upcoming holidays right now without my dad, but it is what it is, you know? Bizarre, but it is what it is. But yeah, I want to get 5 feature films made. Don't care what anybody says, we're going to do it. Now that I understand fully the process on distribution, which was the only thing that really had me caught up, but now that I got it, oh, you better believe we are in the works for some really big stuff. And I'm glad that all of you guys are here with me. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you want to support me here on the channel, if you want to really help us live the dream and hopefully do this full time one day, feel free to become a member. Don't feel obligated, you don't have to, but if you become a member, it helps us out, and all that goes towards bills and also helping make movie projects. And members get credited in the movie credits as well. I want to make that very clear. You guys get credited for that. All right. I think that's all I got for all you guys. Other than that, you can see that box right there. That one right there. That's Steven, his computer. I have to get that built too whenever the parts come in early January. So you'll be seeing content from him too, which is pretty awesome. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. I didn't want this to be an emotional video, so I tried to hold it back the best I could. I mean, it's been such a busy and hectic year, and there's a part of me that regrets leaving the explosive plant. I mean, it was making me sick anyways, but it really put me in a hole financially leaving there, and now they won't take me back, but it is what it is. Gotta keep pushing forward, right? Hell, now I'm working with the news company. Don't know for how long, but I am. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I wanted to throw this together. I didn't want this to be too long a video. I guess it is pretty long. Lots of goals this year. So many things I want to do. Who knows? Maybe I'll collaborate with Jacksepticeye. Am I right? No. But I mean, if you wanted to do a collaborative video, I mean, I won't decline that. Look, I just want a well-educated conversation about filmmaking with a couple people, right? I want a nice filmmaking conversation with Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Them both specifically have great views on filmmaking and have a passion towards it. And I'm just really curious to hear different feedbacks. So listen, if either of you see this, I doubt you will, but if you do, let's talk, because I have some crazy ideas and I would love to hear some thoughts. Goodbye, everybody.